Welcome to today's episode of BeYoundtoDAY. Data is the new oil, the common expression running around the industry nowadays. Companies like Google, Facebook, Tesla, Uber, Waze, Microsoft, LinkedIn, etc. all predict our next action and recommend based on the data which are collected about us by them over these several years. For the companies, we humans are the product and we humans are the customers. There are multiple ways of data collection, not just visiting the site or accepting the cookies or giving consent to access our storage, phone, but through traffic or surveillance cameras, scanning products, online shopping, mobile apps, drones, and many other services. These data help companies for making their business to continue. The mining and recognizing the pattern are the best source of information for prediction or protection. These data are not just helping commercial companies to cross-market products, but also comes as a help to predict and protect national security. Palantir, the company, best known for its sometime controversial work with US government agencies like CIA, the DoD, and the ICE.
In recent years, Palantir has also courted customers like Airbus, Chrysler, and BP. Commercial customers now make up about 50% of the company's revenue, a number that's trended upwards over the past decade. And even though Palantir has never turned a profit, revenue has been growing as losses have narrowed.
Headquartered in Denver, Colorado, it was founded by Peter Thiel, Nathan Gettins, Joe Lonsdale, Stephen Cohen, and Alex Karp in 2003. The company name is derived from the Lord of the Rings, where the magical palantíri were seeing stones, described as indestructible balls of crystal used for communication and to see events in other parts of the world. The company was founded after 9/11 with the goal of defending American interests.
The core mission of our company always was to make the West, especially America, the strongest in the world.
Palantir Tech helps detect unusual and suspicious patterns in a large data set using techniques that founders learned working together at PayPal. The company's earlier investor was CIA and its only customer for a number of years. Eventually, other intelligence agencies like FBI and NSA also got into their client portfolio, using the company's customized data analytics capability to track and capture terrorists, insurgents, and drug smugglers.
Examples of places where soldiers were mapping networks of insurgents and makers of roadside bombs by hand. So they actually were bringing in technology to do things that intelligence agents on the ground were having to do manually in very dangerous places.
The company is known for three projects in particular: Palantir Gotham, Palantir Metropolis, and Palantir Foundry. Palantir Gotham is used by a counter-terrorism analytics at Office in United States Intelligence Community USIC and United States Department of Defense. In the past, Gotham was used by a fraud investigator at the Recovery Accountability and Transparency Board, a former US federal agency which operated from 2009 to 2015. Gotham was also used by Cyber Analytics at Information Welfare Monitor, a Canadian public-private venture which operated from 2003 to 2012. Palantir Metropolis is used by hedge funds, banks, and financial services firms. Palantir Foundry is used by corporate clients such as Morgan Stanley, Merck, KGA, Airbus, and Fiat Chrysler Automobile NV. Palantir's original clients were federal agencies of the USIC. It has since expanded its customer base to several states and local governments, as well as private companies in the financial and healthcare industry. Commercial customers are making up to 50% of the company's revenue, a number that trending upwards over the past decades. Even though Palantir has never turned to profit, revenue has been growing as losses have narrowed down. Mr. Karp, Palantir's chief executive officer, announced in 2013 that the company would not pursue an IPO, as going public would make running a company like ours very difficult. However, on October 18, 2018, the Wall Street Journal reported that Palantir was considering an IPO in the first half of 2019, following a $41 billion valuation. In July 2020, it was revealed the company had filed for an IPO, and after 17 19 years, the data analytics company Palantir has made it to public market, the debut. The company was valued at $9 billion in early 2014, with Forbes stating that the valuation made Palantir among Silicon Valley's most valuable private technology companies. As of December 2014, Mr. Peter Thiel was Palantir's largest shareholder. In January 2015, the company was valued at $15 billion after an undisclosed round of funding with $50 million in November 2014. The valuation rose to $20 billion in late 2015 as the company closed an $880 million round of funding. Palantir has never reported a profit. In 2018, Morgan Stanley valued the company at $6 billion. It ultimately went to public in a direct public offering on September 30, 2020. In 2020, Palantir is one of the 4 large technology companies to start working with NHS on supporting COVID-19 efforts through the provision of software from Palantir Foundry, and by April 2020, several countries have used Palantir's technology to track and contain the contagion. Palantir also developed Tribiers, a software for vaccine allocation used in United States. In December 2020, Palantir was awarded $44.4 million contract by the Food and Drug Administration of United States, boosting its share by about 21%. Controversies. Among all the controversies Palantirs are engaged in, the most recent were British Parliament inquiry. During questioning in front of the Digital, Cultural, Media and Sports Select Committee, Christopher Willey, the former research director of Cambridge Analytica, said that several meetings had taken place between Palantir and Cambridge Analytica, and Alexander Nix, the chief executive of SCL, had facilitated their use of Alexander's Cohen's data, which had been obtained from his app This Is My Digital Life by Mining's personal surveys. Cohen later established Global Science Research to share the data with Cambridge Analytica and others. Willey confirmed that both employees from Cambridge Analytica and Palantir use Cohen's Global Science Research data together in the same office. Project Maven. Since 2018, after Google had issues with employees walking out concerning the new contract in partnership with the Pentagon, Project Maven, a secret artificial intelligence program aimed at the unmanned operations of an aerial vehicle, was taken up by Palantir. Artificial intelligence is controversial, and its ongoing and further potential applications and use of military settings is alarming to many. Current affairs. Palantir Technology, ticker symbol PLTR, announced Friday its new enterprise resource planning ERP system with Amazon.com Inc., ticker symbol AMZN. Cloud service platform Amazon Web Services AWS will be available to all AWS customers. Palantir's ERP suite is optimized to run on AWS to assist customers with data integration and analysis. The suite has already been adopted by the number of enterprises including BP and Lonsdale to enable significant cost saving within weeks, Palantir said in its blogs. Palantir, a software company that specializes in data analytics, has created a number of platforms including Foundry and Gotham that are being used by the government bodies and commercial customers as a business solution tool. The ERP suite uses a Palantir's Foundry data connector developed for ERP applications to improve data discovery, accelerate the time to value of ERP data, democratize workflow creations, and drive faster business outcomes, the company stated in its blogs again. Palantir has been working with AWS over the past years on the number of different projects and believe companies that adopt its new ERP suites will quickly see the results. Within 2 weeks of installing ERP suites, BP was able to unlock approximately $50 million in working capital and has the potential to unlock further savings if applied across worldwide supply chain, the company said. On March 4, 2021, Palantir rises on latest ARK investment stock purchase. Palantir Technologies shares got a jolt after fund manager CATHYWOODS said her exchange-traded funds bought a combine of $2.65 million shares of the data analytics company stocks. Palantir stocks are currently trading at $23.95 as on March 4, 2021. Based on Palantir's February posted a wider than expected fourth quarter losses. Sales top 4 forecast amid a host of government and private business contracts. Revenue was $322 million, up by 40% from $229.3 million a year earlier and ahead of analyst forecast of $300 million. The stock is long hold and possible buy. With the current pandemic and scenarios with respect to securities, companies such as Palantir Technologies are becoming the game changer. Today's results are the action of yesterday, and for tomorrow, we all will come to know beyond today. This was all happening this week in the world of stocks and market. If you haven't subscribed yet, then you can like and subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. Beyond Today's Stocks will continue to bring the latest update from the world of stocks. Enjoy the video and have a good one.